Hello everybody, welcome to Make a Scary Broadcast. I'm your host, MakeaCandidbroadcast. Okay, I'm not going to use that voice the whole time, but Halloween's coming soon. In fact, next week. Aren't you guys all excited to go trick-or-treating? I sure am. Although I probably won't be trick-or-treating. Anyway, regardless. So I decided to make a video, a Halloween-themed video. What am I going to talk about? I'm going to give you a top 13 list. Not just any top 13 list. My top 13 creepiest Ask That Guy with the Glasses answers. Now for those of you who do not know who Ask That Guy with the Glasses is, he is Doug Walker's most demonic character. And he often answers questions that can be a little risque. Or he answers normal questions with risque answers. So, seeing as creepy and is, sort of Halloweenish, I decided to make that top 13 list I was telling you about. Oh, and one thing to note, the Sage episode, not in this list. Why? Because it's a little too creepy for my taste. So sit back and enjoy my top 13 creepiest Ask That Guy with the Glasses answers.
Theo asks, I was in my neighborhood's Chili's restaurant with my roommates and they were running one of those charity things where you could pay $1 to color a chili pepper for cancer research. Much to our surprise, we saw this hanging along with them. Care to explain yourself?
Absolutely. There is an imposter on the loose! Anyone who knows me knows that I would never waste my money on anything that helps mankind. I would only use it on things that destroy my body and everybody else's. Like Chili's food. We must find this imposter and circumcise him with a guillotine. That way he will no longer be that guy with the glasses. He will be that guy without a penis.
And hopefully we will never find the cure for that wonderful disease, cancer.
Rock on, cancer. Continue to plague our lives with misery and despair.
By the way, I have cancer.
How would you solve world hunger?
That's a very good question. Unfortunately, it has a very obvious answer. Cannibalism. Now I know what you're saying. How will we decide who would eat who? Well, obviously, since I came up with the idea, I wouldn't be eaten, so I'm out.
Logically, I think the wise thing would be eat the hungry people. I mean, they're the ones complaining about world hunger anyway, so logically, they should be the first to go.
If we eat the hungry people, there will no longer be any hungry people.
Oh, and vegetarians. Because they don't eat meat, so obviously they're not going to eat the poor people, so eat them. And also, don't forget the mathematicians. Why? Because I really hate those fuckers.
I guess they'll think twice about failing me in 8th grade once I'm feeding on their corpses. Yes.
What is the best way to play God?
Well, if you're anything like me, you play it the same way every time. You give somebody cancer and see if you can cure it. If you don't, you lose. Unfortunately, a lot of people seem to lose this game, but on the plus side, it's... No, there's no plus side. Maybe I should stop doing that.
How can I kill my family and frame the cat?
Well, my advice would be, kill your family, cut them up into little itty-bitty pieces, and then blame the cat in the hat. Because we all know what a sick motherfucker he is. True, there's that story where he goes in the two kids' house and he brings all sorts of fun and games, but that was only one house. In every other house he went to, he slaughtered the lot. They don't tell you that bit in the Dr. Seuss book. Though surprisingly, there was a version written. He stabbed them repeatedly till they were dead, then grabbed them together and juggled their heads. It's a horrifying tale to listen to, and a great cover-up for your family slaughter. Yes.
What do the colors mean?
Well, colors can mean all sorts of things. Especially if it's skin color. Being white, for example, means we have all the power. Being black means you have all the style, which the whites are phenomenally jealous of. Being red means you've been in the sun too much, and being purple probably means you're a burn victim. These colors exist so that we properly know how to criticize and judge people. For example, a person came up to me the other day who was yellow, so I immediately knew I was not to trust him. I didn't care that he told me he was a doctor and that I only had 2 days until my nipples fall off. I knew that because he was yellow, I had no reason to trust him. Well, that's gonna be an awkward cleanup after the show.
If Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy are both in love together, how could a frog and a pig have sex together?
Well, it's actually not that complicated. For example, let's say that this pipe is Kermit the Frog and this hole is Miss Piggy. I'll demonstrate for you.
Oh my god, that's so horrible! That's the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life!
I bet you'll never eat pork the same way again. Or vaginas. With onions.
I found a cat with whipped cream at the mouth. Should I keep it?
I'd say that's the only sensible thing to do. After all, if he has whipped cream at the mouth, that can't be incredibly healthy for him. But you know what makes cats like that feel better? Kisses. Lots and lots of kisses. And if he starts scratching or biting at you, that just means he wants to be kissed more.
I've known so many people who have kissed their animals that had whipped cream at the mouth.
And for some reason, they all died. I think it was the swine flu. That stuff is dangerous.
Will you have my baby?
I already have your baby.
I'm sorry I forgot to tell you that you gave birth to him, but
That'll teach you to pay more attention.
But don't worry, he has a very good home in my sock drawer. He's already speaking his first words, like, help me, or call the police. And did I mention he already knows his numbers? He won't stop shouting 911 anytime soon. I love that little bastard of mine.
Yes.
Someone told me to get a life, but I already own the game of life. What else could this person mean?
Well, isn't it obvious? Life cereal. You remember those commercials with the 2 kids eating cereal, and the one kid is like, give it to Mikey, he hates everything. And then Mikey tries it and he's like, hey Mikey, he likes it, he likes it. And then Captain Crunch comes in and sodomizes them all. Or perhaps that's just the way I remember it. Good God, I really need to talk to someone.
What would happen if I met my past self after time traveling?
Well, if you're anything like me, you would probably make love to yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not gay in any way. But if I was approached by myself, I would do me in an instant. I often practice in the mirror, and even make pornographic movies of me seducing myself.
In fact, it often goes like this.
Hello, that guy with the glasses. Hello, that guy with the glasses. I would like to make out with you, that guy with the glasses. Go ahead, that guy with the glasses. Oh, that guy with the glasses. And if you think any of this is disgusting, just remember, you can't love anybody else until you love yourself. And that means time traveling back in time to do yourself.
What am I doing here if only you were sent to hell?
That's a very good question. And the answer is, it all has to do with a certain operation we went through. You see, a long time ago, you and I signed up for a certain experiment. You remember?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
Yeah. And that experiment resulted in your mouth being surgically attached to my ass. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But unfortunately, somebody deemed it cruel and unusual, so we had to get removed. But because of that, my narrator now feels the psychological need that he needs to follow me every single place I go, because he is hopelessly scarred for life. Aren't you?
Yes.
Aren't you?
Yes.
Aren't you, little buddy?
Oh, God,
Yes.
Jesus, yes.
And we're never gonna ask that question again, are we, Slave?
No. Have you been naughty or nice?
I've been...
Eggnog as a sexual lubricant. Yay or nay?
I don't know. Let me try it.
Oh.
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 Oh,
Oh,
yay.
yay.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
yay.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yay.
Oh.
Oh, I love that. Oh, harder. Oh, harder. Harder.
Nah.
What's that behind you?
Where? Oh, that's just a cameraman. They're always wandering into here.
And as many of you know, I absolutely hate it when cameramen stop by. So, I'm glad to deal with this appropriately. Excuse me.
This is that guy with the glasses saying, there's no such thing as a stupid question until you ask it.
And those were my top 13, or 14 in this case, creepiest Ask That Guy with the Glasses answers. Was that scary enough for you? Well, if not, I have one more clip to show you. By the way, do not watch this clip with the volume full blast wearing headphones. Just don't. Trust me.
I'm always living in fear of those screamers that are on the internet. How do I avoid them?
Well, to fully explain this, it's best to understand exactly what a screamer is, and luckily I have written it down on this sheet of paper. You see, what a screamer is a...
Oh, yes, that was indeed a screamer, something that comes out of nowhere and scares you. That was a pretty good one. I think I'm actually having a heart attack at the moment. Yes, shortness of breath and tightness in the chest, tight pain. Yes, this is definitely a heart attack. If someone out there could call 911 for me, that'd be very, very helpful. I think I'm just gonna have a lie down for the moment.